All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dow. My heart really truly goes out for this woman police officer right here because you can tell she's a mother as well. But that's why it's good to have training. Each year here at Straightway, we have a thing called Gathering of the Saints, is where we teach skills like this. But there's been plenty of time just within the last few years that myself and my wife, we'd be out. And I remember one time we was eating a Cracker Barrel and this woman was choking literally on a piece of candy. And everybody was just sitting there watching her die. Nurses were sitting there watching her die. And you know the reason why? Because look at this. The laws of this land right here in America and the lawsuits and everything else that they put so much fear into people, they would rather sit up there and watch a person's life go right out of their body because of the fear of the state and fear of them losing their job, and that you can't even do what a normal human response would warrant. It's just a sad situation where we are in this country. And so my wife comes running around the corner and says, honey, a woman is dying. She is choking and dying. Come. I get up. I run over there. For sure, she's turning all kind of colors and she can't breathe. And nothing coming out. I jumped over there and did my thing. And the woman was saved. To make a long story short, one day we was driving down the road and the car, we looked at a state trooper here in Tennessee. Just got finished issuing a ticket to someone. Did not check his six. Just turns around in the road. A college student T-bones him. Pow! Just like that. He in the car swerves around. He can't move. The girl is in the ditch. The car's turned upside down. Can't get the doors open or nothing like that and stuff. And she's hysterical, panicking, got blood on her head and the whole 9 yards. I jumped down there in the ditch. Torqued the car just to be able to get her. I pulled her out through the window. And Sister Carol went over and watched her while I went over to check on the state trooper. The state trooper back was messed up. He couldn't move, but he had his hand on his gun. Utterly amazing. I'm over there checking on him, see how he's doing. And then about this time, a little while, we stayed there. A little while later, and then the ambulance comes and other state troopers and everything else. And I ain't even realize it, because I often carry my firearm with me everywhere I go. And of course, I have my firearm on me and stuff like this. And then I begin to direct traffic. I direct traffic, and then law enforcement officials, they came up on the scene because the way they saw me conducting myself, they actually thought I was law enforcement. And one of them says, you're either law enforcement or military. And so I said, I'm just a veteran. And we jumped in our vehicle. They got control situation. We went on. So a lot of times cops get a bunch of negative publicity. And of course, this is definitely someone in another country here. And can you imagine what happens in your heart and what happens in your life when you see someone's breath going out of them? And here is an example of a cop actually saving a young child, a young baby's life, using CPR. And I don't blame her for just about fainting and stuff because, man, I mean, you're doing what you're trained to do. And see, that's the difference right there. Training is not just coming to a class one time, receiving information, and never, ever actually practicing what you receive. The training kicks in because of repetitive use. And you don't have to think about it. It's kind of like when you learn to play an instrument. When you learn to play an instrument, all right, follow me? You don't never have to think about how to play the scales, the chords, the bar chords, or any of it, because it's because of you've been practicing. It becomes nature to you, and that's what training is for. And this is where a lot of people make the mistake today. They think that because they have a bunch of information amassed up here, and they never ever go out. They never go out and practice. That's the training part. And then when it's time for the training to come in, what you have to do is rely on what you stored in your mind who knows how many umpteen months ago, and then the spirit of recall doesn't come there because you have never actually done the practical application. So therefore, knowledge escapes you, and you cannot perform because you did not train properly to be ready. That's what it was. But anyway, I want to show this video right here of this female cop saving this young child's life. I mean, we get so much negative stuff going on today. It sure is nice to have something positive nowadays to help lift the spirits, isn't it?
Algo tenía,